What is up, guys? It is Mikeman WBA here. I'm back with a new TEW series. As you can see, it is the Trios Wrestling Federation, and the main premise of this save is it's basically a mix between Chikara's King of Trios and the League series that WildSparrow did. I'll drop a link to that in the description so you can go check that out, see what the basic premise of that is. But basically we have 32 trios teams from across the world, some of them which are real life trios, some of them which are we've put together, or I've put together with some input from a couple of people, and they are going to be facing off in a league format, and then the top teams from the league will be going into a knockout stage. And then obviously we'll progress through to a final, and we will crown the best trios team in the world. So if we look here, basically there'll be 32 teams that are going to be split across 2 divisions. There'll be 15 weeks of intra-division matches, so everyone will play, each team will play all the other teams in that league or in that division. The top 4 teams from each division are going to go through into the knockout, so we'll have a last 8 knockout stage. Any injuries that will happen during the tournament will result in handicap matches. So if someone gets injured from one team, it will end up being 3v2 until they come back from injury. And then the matches are going to have a time limit. I've put 20 minutes here, but it might actually end up being 15 minutes. Just because that will fit into the time frame of the matches slightly better. So the only way to win as well will be by pinfall or submission, and there is the possibility of a draw as well, because the AI will be booking it. So I won't be picking who wins, the AI will be picking who wins, and they might decide to put a draw in there at some point. But let's get straight into the teams, where the first team that we have entered into the Trios Wrestling Federation is the Shield. So Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose will all be hoping to take away the first ever Trios trophy, but they will be under stiff competition from The New Day. Big E, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are joining us as well. They'll also be facing competition from the Undisputed Era of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. And then from Japan we have the likes of the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, as well as Chaos, Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano. Ally J will be there as well, without their leader Naito for now. Hiromu Takahashi, Evil and Sanada will be representing them. There'll also be Suzuki Gun, which will be Minoru Suzuki and the Killer Elite squad of Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Hoyt. There will be from Europe, Ringkampf, Axel Dieter Jr., Volta and Timothy Thatcher. From more from the UK independent scene, but also over in America as well, in the likes of CZW. There will be CCK, which will be Chris Brooks, Kid Lykos and Jonathan Gresham. Then we have the main boys of the British independents at the moment, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven as British Strong Style. We also have the Leaders 2000, Zack Sabre Jr., Marty Scurll and Will Ospreay. Then we have sort of inter-promotional trio here, which is the Tranquillo team of Tetsuya Naito, Andrade Cien Almas and Rush. We then have the first of our sort of more made-up trios, sort of fantasy trios, where we have the team that I like to call the White Russians, which is Jay White, Leo Rush and Ilya Dragunov. We have the team of Twitter vanity searchers, which is David Starr, Ethan Page and Donovan Dijak. Then we have a team suggested by my friend Nathan, or No Legs as you might know him on YouTube. If You Smell What the Rocks Are Cooking, which is Rockstar Spud, Rocky Romero and Jonah Rock, and they will be, of course, managed by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Johnson, say that right. Then another team suggested by No Legs, we have Space Cakes, which is Matt Riddle, Matt Seidel and Space Monkey. Then we have the only all-women's team of the competition, which is Killer Kelly, Millie McKenzie and Tony Storm. They are here as Scarier Than the Men, because let's be honest, you wouldn't want to get in a fight with any of these people. Then we have another group from Progress that I don't think have a name in real life, but we are calling them Vengeance. It is Jimmy Havoc, Mark Haskins and Flash Morgan Webster. Then we have the Australian team of Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher and Adam Brooks as Aussie Open and Shut, as I'm calling them, where of course Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher being Aussie Open, and Adam Brooks being the shut part because he just wants everyone to shut the fuck up. Then next up from the WWE we have some European lads, which is Cesaro, Sheamus and Rusev will of course be managed by Lana. Then we have some more kind of WWE based talent, where we have the future Hall of Famers, which is Rey Mysterio, Batista and Randy Orton. We also have the modern day job squad of Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley and Kurt Hawkins. Then next up we have the Bella Busters, John Cena, Daniel Bryan and Johnny Ace, John Laurinaitis. We also have Team Smug Pricks, which is The Miz, who I will set Maurice as manager, but I'm not sure if she will be here because of course she is currently on maternity leave, and that is represented in the game. There's also Spike Trivet and Johnny Mundo, and I might make Mundo managed by Taya Valkyrie, I might not. Next team you saw there very quickly, the NXT team of Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano and Roderick Strong. We have a team from the TNA Glory Days, which is team when TNA was good, which is AJ Styles, Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe. Then we have a team of sort of current day and sort of Ring of Honor alumni, sort of legends of Ring of Honor. We have the new Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, actually, Jay Lethal. We have Christopher Daniels and we have Colt Cabana. Next up we have Team Canadian Best Friends, which is Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho. Followed by Team Japan, Kota Ibushi, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Naoki Tanizaki. Team Scotland as well, which is Drew McIntyre, Grado and Noam Dar. And then a team which is sort of Team Portugal, but it was suggested to us by WildSparrow as Team CTW, which is Leo Rossi, Red Eagle and Symbiote. And you can tell that I've got these guys from Sparrow because they have a different background, just because I didn't have pictures for them. And then our final team is Braun on his own. Decided that he wanted to face off against everyone as a solo competitor. So he is the one solo member of this trios tournament. And what we're going to do is, I should have got this ready but I completely forgot. So we're going to go to random.org. We are going to go to a list randomizer, and then we are going to randomize the divisions. As soon as I find my list of teams here, I will be 2 seconds. So here we go, put our teams in here. The first 16 teams will be in the first division, and then the next lot of 16 will be in the second division. So here we go, we randomise this here, and we see that, I'm not sure if you guys can see that very well, but I will read them out as well. In Division 1 we will have the Future Hall of Famers, Tranquillo, British Strong Style, Chaos, the European Lads, Team Vanity Searchers, Leaders 2000, Ringkampf, Can You Smell What the Rocks Are Cooking, Team ROH, The Job Squad, White Russians, Undisputed Era, The Shield, Space Cakes and Aussie Open and Shut. And then in the second division we will have the women's team, Scarier Than the Men, Bella Busters, The Elite, Vengeance, Team Canadian Best Friends, Team NXT, Suzuki Gun, CCK, Team Japan, Team When TNA Was Good, Team CTW, LIJ, Brawn, Team Scotland, The New Day, and Team Smug Pricks. So leave a comment down below who you think will be going through from each division. I should mention now that every single member of the roster has had their popularity across the world set to 0, so everybody starts off on a level playing field. And let's get into TEW itself. So we see here we are of course playing as the legend of the business that is James Ellsworth, and we have our roster here. I don't actually have the managers in yet. I will go and sign them soon. And we do have a couple of non-wrestlers here as well. So if we have a look, you'll see we have The Rock here as a manager. We have Vicky Haskins in to manage Vengeance. Daniel Bryan is here. He's set as a colour commentator, but don't worry, he will be set to in-ring. In fact, I will do that now. I'm just going to set him to main eventer. Everyone's going to be set to main eventer, just so it doesn't get any penalties for people being low on the card and having long matches. Everyone's going to be set to a main eventer. I will go and sign Maurice and Lana very soon. We do have, I'm not sure if they're in yet, but no, we have John Cone coming in as a referee. I believe we also have Mike Chioda in and someone else as well. I can't think off the top of my head. It might be Charles Robinson in. We have Ted DiBiase and William Regal coming in as road agents. And then we have a commentary team of Michael Cole and Corey Graves. That's going to be all for this episode. The first week of matches should be coming out at some point tomorrow. I'm not sure what time yet, but it will be out tomorrow, where we will have the first week of both Division 1 and Division 2 fixtures. But thank you guys for watching this episode. Leave a like if you're excited for the series, and I'll see you guys soon for episode